Rafael, and I'm a student from Bishop Ward High School, and I'm a member of the summer mentoring program of Central Avenue Betterment Association. Today we have with us Mr. Bunnell, who is running for Wyandotte County Sheriff. So, starting out with the first question, what is that you like about Wyandotte County?
It has a family atmosphere and feels like home.
How is it that you becoming sheriff will be good for Wyandotte County?
Transparency, unity, cooperation, working with other agencies. And I want to start town hall meetings to where I can go out into the community and find out what their concerns are. If we don't know what is wrong, we can't fix anything.
Oh, what is your current job?
I'm a deputy sheriff of Wyandotte County.
Mm-hmm. What are some challenges that you have faced in the past, and how have you dealt with them?
One, I was with days of being homeless, and if it wasn't for family and friends coming together in unity and helping me out when I was in the lowest and giving me a chance to rise back up, I've come a long way from being that close to being on the streets as some individuals are. And I contribute to unity and family and friends.
Have you ever committed a crime? If yes, has that affected those around you?
The crime that I committed, I was around 4. I took a open pack of gum from a grocery store.
I can relate.
I get home, my brother's told on me. I had to go stand in front of my dad and explain what I did. And then he marched me down to that store. I had to give the gum back to the manager and apologize and promise never to do that again. That has stayed with me all my life.
Wow. So, how do you handle your emotions while speaking to others or speaking in front of a large audience?
I get very passionate on various topics that I speak about, and I get a little louder, a little more pronounced, and I have to remind myself to calm down, relax, and speak in a tempo that's easier for people to understand.
Do you work well with others? Describe a conflict you had with a previous colleague and how you resolved it.
That would be working at the jail. We're all under stress, day in and day out. It's part of the job. And communication, whether it be with the coworker or with the supervisor, is the key. You have to talk things out. If you let it boil, it's going to boil over and you're going to explode, and that's not good for anybody.
What is your favorite thing about our community?
Say that again.
What is your favorite thing about our community?
Potential. We have potential for the community. Our community's growing. We have potential for bringing the world soccer to here, which is going to be announced this fall. Mm-hmm. And we, as a metro, have a chance to host 2 or 3 countries. And if possible, they're going to be out here at our soccer stadium training. And they also have the training facility. That's going to bring a light to our community to show how good we are, how friendly we are, how we work, how we help each other and help those who are tourists.
Wow. Do you have any mental health concerns? If so, do you think the concerns would interfere with the election?
I don't have many mental health issues. Mm-hmm. I just at times work too much and I burn myself out, and I have to remember to stop and relax a little, let my body recharge. To give you an example, last year I worked over 3,500 hours working overtime. I helped individuals with food and medicine during the pandemic. Then I started saving money for my campaign, and I come very close to burning myself out, and I needed to take a step back and recharge. everybody needs to do that. Don't overwork yourself.
What is the community solution to homelessness?
A community solution is starting up a homeless shelter in our community. We do not have one. We have to ship them across the street. We have various pantries to help with individuals with food. We got Shorelines there on 7th Street that helps out with food. We've got the food kitchen, but we don't have a homeless shelter, and we don't have enough of a mental health facility to help some of those homeless individuals. A number of them have mental health problems, and that's something the community must come together to attack and address.
Mm-hmm. Who in your family influenced you to choose the career path?
An uncle of mine who's deceased is my Uncle Danny. He was a Roland Park policeman, and I loved what he did. And the fact that he could shed the job and come home and just be a dad with his family. But then when he walked out the door to go to work, he was in work mode.
How did you manage to raise your daughter being a single father?
Some friends, working certain hours that would be conducive, that I could either drop them off at school or pick them up in the afternoon, depending on what the shift that I had. She would spend some times with a friend of mine until I got off work. Then I picked her up. But I worked whatever hours I could to send her. I sent her to Bishop Ward. She's a graduate of that.
Oh, that's great. What is your greatest weakness?
Solitude. I work so many hours that I don't get out enough. So I'm close to being a hermit, but I'm working to get out in the community as much as I possibly can. Before the pandemic hit, I was out quite a bit, working with organizations. I do with the FOP 40, Lodge 40, Fraternal Order of Police. We do a Christmas food drive, and we do holiday meals for 20 families in the community. Mm-hmm. We've done that for 12, 13 years now, and that's another way I get out in the community to help out.
What made you pursue law enforcement?
Excuse me?
What made you pursue law enforcement?
I happened to see a news about Sheriff Green telling an individual that you do not need to be on this premises, and listened to him speak that it was his department and he ran it, and brought back that, yeah, that was something that I'd like to do. So I went down and applied and got the position.
Describe a time you failed. What would you do differently if you encountered that situation again?
If I fail?
Mm-hmm.
I failed in the last election. I got into it too late. I didn't branch out enough. I didn't circulate with the public.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm playing this one all different, but I learned a lot from that election and the do's and don'ts with it.
So after all this analysis, truly, what do you have to offer to this position?
Honesty, dependability, adaptive. I am more proactive than I am a reactive supervisor. I've learned over the years, the various supervisor positions that I've had, especially like in the Navy, there are times where you have to be the main leader, and there's other times you have to get opinions to balance out the type of leadership and responding to the situation at hand. That dictates what kind of leader you need to be, what style.
Well, thank you, Mr. Bunnell, for sharing your information with us. We wish you the best of luck and a better future for Wyandotte County.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.